Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer from the Force Link line. Now, this thing is really cool, but before we take a closer look at it, let's go ahead and take a look at its packaging. Let me go ahead and get everything set up in frame real quick. This box is absolutely enormous, really hard to get into frame, but here it is. Really cool packaging, actually. It's got some really cool looking artwork for the TIE Silencer here, and then down in the corner it's got a little window for the Kylo Ren figure. When you turn it around onto the back, let me bring it in a little closer so you can actually see it. It's got an image of the toy itself, talking about some of its features, including the Force Link system, which I'll talk about a little bit more towards the end of the video, and then it's got some of the other figures that were available around this time. So let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself. We'll start off with Kylo, and this is a fairly basic figure, so we'll run through him fairly quickly. Kylo stands at right at 4 inches tall, so he's right in scale with all of your other 3 3/4 inch figures, and he does come with one accessory, and that is his lightsaber. So you can see there, it's fairly well detailed, especially for its size, and it's got some nice kind of frosted, translucent blades, which I think look really cool. As far as the figure itself goes, it's very, very basic. He's got a ball peg here in the head. Let me get this out of frame here. Ball peg in the head with a, decent range of motion, swivel shoulders that are actually limited by his tunic, and then swivel hips. And then as you can see on the bottom of his foot, he does have the blue mark, meaning that this is a Force Link figure. And like I said, we'll talk about that more at the end of the video, and really my problem that I have with the Force Link system. As far as the TIE Silencer goes, it is absolutely fantastic. I can show you, it's huge. Here's my ruler here. So it's probably, let's see, say like, I don't know, maybe 19 inches long, approximately, and then, I don't know, about 10 inches wide. So it's really huge, and I really like the design of it, honestly. It's a really cool looking ship. It does have a couple features. The first one, obviously, is an opening cockpit. You can open it up, and you can place the Kylo figure down in there, and it does actually have a kind of see-through window at the front, which I really like. It's hard to show off on camera. Let me see if I can, yeah, you can actually see through the cockpit, which is cool. The second feature is this button here, and if you press it once, I'll show you, on the side, his missiles pop out just like in the movie, and then if you push this button again, the actual missiles will fire, which I think is a really, really well executed feature, especially since in the movie they do actually pop out like that. I think it's really cool. And then once they're put back in place, honestly, you can't even tell that there is a feature there to begin with, which I think is really cool. Now, the final feature of this vehicle is the Force Link system. And what it does with this vehicle is it makes the kind of thrusters at the back and this little panel light up, and I think it maybe makes sounds or something. Honestly, I can't tell you, and I can't show you that because I would have to buy the Force Link little wrist thing that actually activates that. And I think that's kind of a big problem. It's a trend that I hope doesn't continue in toys. It reminds me a lot of the kind of microtransactions that are becoming popularized in video games. And the real problem I have with that is that the original price of this vehicle was, I think, around $40 or $50, which is not cheap. And the fact that you could buy it for full price and bring it home and not be able to immediately use all of its features without buying another product is just really disappointing. I personally don't care about lights and sounds and stuff. I'd prefer it to not have it, honestly, and just be a little cheaper. But for a lot of people, that does really excite them. And, I could see a lot of people being really disappointed that you have to buy something else just to use the thing that you just purchased. So I recommend picking this up if you can find it on sale somewhere. But just be aware that, basically probably the biggest feature of the vehicle is locked behind a paywall, basically. So it's really cool, and I think it'll look awesome in a display, but it's just sort of a disappointing, I don't know, sign for Hasbro that I don't really like. So I'll go ahead and link my social media down in the description. If you have any comments or questions or whatever, just hit me up on those, and I guess I'll see you later.